So everyone is excited. We finally get our free speech back. Thank you, Elon, for spending $44 billion for Twitter when our government says, you know what? Cue the fire. No. You will not have free speech, and if you decide to go against our narrative, Twitter will be hit with 6% annual of what they make, their sales. Just give us 6% of it. I mean, come on, you guys. You really think that your government is going to allow you to speak freely? Okay, that is so 80s. If for some reason you don't believe me, go watch Airplane. It's PG. Just make sure the kids are out of the room. I actually showed that in school and I turned it off very quickly. I was like, oh, it's PG. It'll be perfectly fine, not fine. Also, in this video, I am going to show you the governments are tracking you. Everything that, well, you gave them permission. Keep voting that way. Also, if you're like, no, they can't track, it's unconstitutional. Yeah, since when did you go try to enforce that thing? Yeah, never. You know how many unconstitutional things our government is doing currently? Yeah, all of them. And just in case you want to know what gives them the power, they just create some emergency. Oh, it's an emergency. We get to track everything you do and monitor everything that you do. And I know you say to me, I will just take my battery out, or I will just power it down, and I will show you they still track you. And I know what you're thinking. My life, Bravo, is so boring. You want to know what I did today? I went to the gas station. So if the government wants to track that, have at it. And I tell you, they're going to tell you, no, you can't get gasoline. It's against our new Green Deal. Oopsies, you got to lighten that carbon footprint right there. Oh, you want to do anything? Oh, that's probably not a good idea. I'll just go ahead and turn your phone off for you. Give you a little control. Yep. Oh, you get no control. They get all of it because you gave it all up. Because you think it's no big deal. Everything's no big deal. It's like a frog, right? In a boiling, oh, it's just a little bit, little bit, and then gone. Also, I have some breaking news that you're not going to hear from anyone else, that our economy is not what anyone is telling you. It is really bad. I will show you, but this is Elon. He spent, do you know Instagram? $1 billion, and they said that was expensive. $44 billion for this company. Unbelievable. I think maybe he may have paid about $41 billion. Oh my gosh. Can I have one of those? EU commissioner to Elon Musk. Twitter will play by our rules. Yep, the governments, you can't write those characters. You might hurt someone's feelings, and if you do, or you go against our narrative to protect the people, well, you're going to be fined. So even though you get to tweet, the bird is freed, yeah, until they step on it. And I wanted to show you in this article where they charge you, this Digital Services Act. Oh, Biden just put one out. Guys, it's the digital money. They are just going to strangle you, and no one's talking about this. And these are acts that need to be followed. But I think they removed it out of this story, so I had to go find it somewhere else. EU law targets big tech over, right? Disinformation. Come on. You want to know how much? Here, I'll show you. Since I know how to click Control F. Breton said they will have plenty of stick up their back, up their laws. So I just read it incorrectly, including effective and dissuasive fines of up to 6% of a company's annual global revenue. Can you imagine that? I mean, probably at the end of the day, they don't make anything, but it doesn't matter. It's not what's in, it's whatever the big number is. We get 6% of that, even though you don't get to keep any of it. And by the way, the one thing I was saying that Biden signed, this was executive order. These are just great. So we came up with the central bank thing 100 years ago. There's this executive order. We want to try out this central bank. Let's see if it works out. Executive order on ensuring responsible development of digital assets. That's what I was talking about, which basically Here's the, right, the Fed coin, the Fed now, you get no money, you'll be happy, it's okay, you'll rent from us, we'll control where you spend it, what you do. This strips away all freedoms of you and I to pay for things. And just in case you're like, well, Bitcoin is going to solve everything. Well, it does. Well, except for the whole, you have a government that you need to fight, which the people are going to lose until they don't. And I don't get it. I mean, I was in California for over 50 years, and they're like, yeah, I think this homeless thing's great. We need more of this. Vote them in. I don't get it. I mean, that's when I'm like, I'm going to find an island and move. This is where they're going to get you. Illicit finance and national security risk posed by the illicit digital, right? Oh, what are you doing with that digital asset? Uh-oh, you can't have that. And so just like that's a better snap. Your whole crypto thing, no, that's illegal. Because our crypto thing of the government is not illegal. Look, it's so easy. We control everything. And the people are like, oh yeah, it's terrible because like they use it for drugs. And yeah, because they don't do that with currency. Regular sheets of paper have never been used for, bad things. So right now they have the laws. Here it is. This is the executive order. Now they just have to enforce it. So when they do that, then you get nothing. Oh, and just in case you want to use your cool little digital assets like XRP, Bitcoin, Ethereum, off to Guantanamo you go. Because it is illegal. And you don't want to do things that are illegal against the government. Gee whiz. But this is where they are tracking all of your illegal activities, like driving around, right? Oh, you can't do that. You're supposed to be locked down. It's just 2 weeks. I mean 2 years, or I mean 2 decades or 2 centuries whenever we control it, which look at China. They're still on lockdown now. They can't move around. No, because someone has the cough. Someone has the vid. Oh my gosh. Lock everyone down, because then that'll definitely make it go away. It's like an ostrich sticking its head in the sand. Oh, if we can't see it, it's not here. Here is the company, or one of many, and I'm sure this isn't like headline news anywhere. PredictWise. Look at this. PredictWise data, and we're not just a few people, 260 million Americans, right? Opinions, attitudes, behaviors, location data, media consumption. Oh, and additionally, there's more. Yes. What else did I win, PredictWise? Database includes verified data, 50 million plus unregistered voters. Oh, that would be great. Oh, if you shop at Crate and Barrel, whatever you do, we know what you're doing. We are collecting all your cell phone, your media consumption. Look at Snap. You need to delete Snapchat. Look at their terms and service. They can see what you're doing, where you're going, what you're downloading, the file names, the file types. They go into your folders. So when the little pop-up comes up, hey, can we look at everything? And everyone's like, oh, yeah, sure. Now on to the funny cats. That's so funny. This company has 30 million behavioral. Yeah, how's your behavior? Probably not good after 11 o'clock. When you start turning on incognito. They know their age, gender, race, education, party identification, household type, urbanacity, whatever, urban city, new word. Sorry, I'll try that later. Based on cell phone, data, location, make full use. Look at this. PredictWise, unique solution that allows for novel ways at looking at voters. Oh, hey, maybe we can control elections. I wonder, I could go on and on and on and on and on. Remember, this thing right here. Yeah, the vid. Yeah, because when you're moving around, you weren't allowed to. The government tracked that. They know who you are. And it seemed like the people that are not paying for this, these people are paying for it. Notice the word. Notice the word in there, and in all of them. AZ Dems. It's all Ohio Dems, Target Smart, Democrat. It's all that. They're all paying for that so they can get the data, so they get to be reelected. Oh, and just in case you are new to my channel, whoa, that is really new. Thanks for hitting that. I am not Republican. I'm not Democrat. I'm not independent. I can't stand politicians. I think government's role should be very limited, like the Constitution, and it should be you. You know how the first word, we the people? Yeah, against the government. That's why they wrote it, because they knew that would be the problem. And that's why we jumped on little rickety boats from England. We're like, oh, we're probably gonna die. It's okay. I'd rather be dead than live here. At least we have hope for a new life. And then we go and we're like, oh, it's not that big of a deal, right? It's not that big of a deal until it becomes a big deal and you own nothing and you eat bugs for dinner. Oh, and I love the background. Look at PredictWise was founded in 2017. Stanford, PhD. Where? Facebook? Yeah. Shocker, right? Research. They got everything on you. Oh, and Rothschild. I have heard that name before. But the point in all of this story, okay, from PredictWise, is that you allow your governments to go, we have special circumstances that we get to take away all your rights. And then we promise we'll give them back, but then they never do. It's like 100 years ago. Let's try this little charter. We're just going to try it. It's called the Federal Reserve. It's a bank. They really don't do anything. Well, now except for control the whole world. Okay, now we have the argument that you say, I don't even care, right? I'll just turn off my phone. They can't find me then. Can you track switched off phones? Apparently, NSA can. And if NSA can, so can everyone else. Wanna track switched off phones? Not so fast. No, it is fast. It is trackable. And this is a new story. Look. August of this year, according to the report. And it's not, guys, if NSA has it, everyone has it. And if you can make money, people are going to make money. According to the report from Washington Post, the NSA is capable of tracking cell phones even when they are turned completely off. But bravo, okay, enough of the tinfoil hat. It's not even tinfoil. What about our economy? That's doing better, right? No, it's horrible. Wait, bravo, look, the markets were up. Okay, if you want to learn how to make money in the markets, learn how to make money in the markets. The markets and economy, separate them. I've been saying this for 5 years? Finally, people believed me after the vid and the lockdowns. Are like, wait a minute, how are we in a recession and the market goes higher? Okay, Americans should brace for a cash crunch. So you guys have your cash. Oh, by the way, you can't get this stuff right now. Maybe, saw a squirrel. It's very difficult to get, go look it up. Look at the premiums that you're having to pay on silver 1 ounce Eagles. Yeah, good luck. That's because it's of limited supply. I need to really have someone come on. Sorry, I don't, that was a big squirrel. A cash crunch and a painful recession. Okay, let me say this again. Limited dollars makes dollar go higher. You should probably trade it. Take your, just paper trade. Take the money in your savings account and know how to swing trade the dollar, DXY. But you can't do that one. It'll be UUP. Maybe I'll show you. Experts say, here's what Jamie Dimon and everyone else, Solomon, Ray Dalio, those are actually, Ray was just at the WEF. So these guys are telling you, be prepared for a painful recession. Now, again, yes, I get it. It's these guys. Usually you should do the opposite of what these guys tell you to do. But truthfully, in regards to a recession, everything is later. So everything that the Fed has done in the last few months, that takes a year. So all this stuff that's happening takes a year to play out. Has it been a year? No. Kind of like, oh, let's lock everyone down. I'm like, you're going to destroy the entire world. Oh, it's fine. Give them $2 trillion. Let's pump out $10 trillion. Look, everything's great. I'm like, yeah, wait. You got to wait. And now they're like, oh my gosh. That's like Mickey. Mickey's like, oh my gosh, look, inflation. Oh, it's all over. I can't even get into my own park. Why are people not spending? Well, it's because they don't have money anymore. If you just give them checks, sure. And then you have this bout of inflation, idiots. Dalio underlined how rising interest rates could squeeze cash. Yeah, cash is expensive. Good luck. Debt-ridden governments, good luck. They're having to pay back all of these big numbers, these 30 trillion. Now, anytime you create anything, and there's a lot of different forms of money, you got the bond, you got paper, you got silver, you got gold, you got crypto, all of these things. Well, except crypto, still there's fees, but everything has to be paid back with interest. And now the government is having to pay back all of this spending with interest. Where are they going to get it from? They're going to get it from you in your taxes. And even the Fed they're not in a corner, but they're getting pretty darn close to a corner because of their balance sheets and what they're having to spend. And that's why you got the Treasury. You're like, you okay over there, Jerome? Jerome's like, we're kind of sweating over here. Maybe you could do something, Janet. Maybe you buy the bonds and then we can kind of save face over here. So earlier I had mentioned like, oh, what do you mean your savings account? Yeah, your savings account does nothing, but they actually have to pay you interest, which is like 0.00 whatever. Everything's with interest. Money, debt, it's only a debt-based system created with interest that has to be paid back, which means you have to get more jobs. It's in the system. It's forever and ever until it ends. You just take this. This is actually, I've been trying to teach on this channel how to swing trade. This is a bull market, okay? This is the dollar, UUP. When it says sell, right, you cash out. I've told you for a while, look, see those two lines? I was hoping we have more to the downside. And I said, I think it'll probably come down, right? Let me zoom in just so you can see it right here. So you can see my little savings account entry point. See that white line? That's a trend line, right? I can almost get my finger on it right there. Yeah. Trend line. I'm like, come on, come touch that line. Let's do a little rebound and we will buy. Comes in that zone, you sell. I have a bear market course also on how to do all of this. It's only $200 right now, which is probably a lot less than you've lost in the market. I'm just saying, unless you're really good at this, but there is a time to enter. This is a bull market in this one, but in all these other stocks that I can click on, whatever, I'm just going to randomly click bear market. Here's Bitcoin. In a bull market, you swing up. Bear market, you swing down. Your swings on a bull market, if you're under that 200, see this, I'm going to try to get my finger on it, touching can I get it? Yeah, right there. Okay, there's your 200. It's a bear market in crypto. So what you want to do is know that these little pumps, and I said, even in my course, my new bear market course, I said, it's going to pump right after that blue line. And it's probably going to get rejected. It's going to hit that little brown area, maybe not even get up that high. It's going to be like a little throw over or a false breakout because this actually plays to the downside. And here we go. But we don't know yet. You gotta break that little line, and then that is confirmation. But do not expect in a bear market trying to swing trade it up, it's going to be tough. You want to swing it down. That is why I had to create a bear market course. Completely different than my swing trade bull market course. Guys, I love you. Again, no agenda here. I care about you, and I will see you tomorrow because I work every single day of my life.